It's Tuesday, so unfortunately, there was a new episode of Welcome to Plathville. It is right after the wedding, so we get into the pop, 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 pop.
So I got a couple stitches last night.
We finally get to the tea of it, and I have so many thoughts about it. So, Lydia and Zad, they're happy, they're married. Like I said, they're in a whole nother world aside from all this evil that's going on. Already getting a little annoyed.
My husband. Let me ask my husband. I'm gonna check with my husband. Let me go first to find my husband.
But I'm gonna let old lady Lydia and her man have it. They sit down to start eating and they get the only server that they know that's active, and that is Miss Kim. Table for two.
What can I do for you?
You have a table for two people?
Sure. There you go.
Thank you.
And in true Kim fashion, she's over here trying to serve the bride and the groom and already just talking about spiking drinks and alcohol.
What do you want?
Whatever you.
Can I do an hour more?
Okay. You want it spiked?
No.
Okay.
Girl, did you not learn your lesson? That's all you can talk about. Now, Ethan comes over to the table with his little fangirl. He sees that he's at a table with Veronica, and so he grabs a little seashell or whatever and throws it and have another little hissy fit.
You're there. Veronica's there. Ethan.
It's so funny to me because every time he's like having his little fit, Kim is just like in the background like, Ethan. Girl, you know the satanic son that you raised. You know how he is. So you over here, like in this case, and then when he was setting fires at the proposal, you just, Ethan.
Ethan, please Ethan, please don't. Ethan's pissed.
Clearly, you just calling his name does not work. So you obviously don't want to fix it. Ethan goes on in his confessional talking about how he just despises Veronica and she's just so evil, which fair. I will give that to you.
I despise her with the fury of 1,000 suns.
But the thing about Ethan, he loves any chance that he can hate on a woman. You cannot tell me that I'm wrong. Little does he know, she's still over here scared because she's not going to do anything. And got the nerve to be over here talking about so much for them saying, I object, just all talk.
So much for the big bowls I have picked. I'll talk.
Girl, you are all taught. That's why I'm like, you fit right in with this family, which is probably why you're clashing so much, because you are just like them and they are seeing themselves through you. Your agenda obviously was to come here, cause havoc on this family and expose them. But like I said so many times before, you don't need to do that. We know who they are. They have shown us how many seasons? 6 seasons without you being on it. So we don't need you to come, you of all people, we do not need you to come and try to expose them. If anything, this show needs to get canceled. But you sitting over here just running your mouth and hiding. That's all you know how to do. And Micah is like, girl, remember we planned this part of I'm your straight white male boyfriend. You're supposed to be my girlfriend. And that means we have to go sit and eat together. And you don't want to play alone. And so now he has to go by himself. Again, I am not falling for this little, oh, woe is Micah storyline and this, oh, well, like, I ain't falling for that. However, if you are going to be on this show and if you are going to be in a relationship with him, you have to put up with his. What I don't understand, you're trying to convince us that this is your boyfriend, you love him and all this and the other, which no one believes, yet you are not supporting him and yet you are not trying to make amends with his family. So we're just watching a circus, and we're used to watching a circus when it comes to the Plaths, but that's why no one believes your narrative now, because you're a part of the circus and you want to be the main act, and lo and behold, they gave that to you. You made yourself look like a complete fool in comparison to the Plaths. You have done the impossible, which is out delusion and I saw someone call them the psychoplaths. You have out delusion the psychoplaths. So congratulations. Every time I see you hiding in the fields and trying to talk to the cows and all this and the other, I just go back to you saying, oh, I'm doing this for Lydia. I'm just doing this for Lydia. Because what has Lydia done to you? Nothing. And that was your reasoning for being here. So what happened to doing it for Lydia? You could have even went up to the table and said, hey girl, congratulations. I'm happy for you, but I got to go on back to the hotel. I could have respected that. But you choose to run and hide, which if you want to do your normal defense of saying, but they're all so awful, blah, 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 then you could have done what you're doing now, which is hiding and talking to the animals all the other times when you chose to participate in the bullying.
Veronica thinks we should push his buttons too, so she's kind of egging me on. So what do we do?
You know, maybe light some more fire.
I'm gonna go back and light the
things.
peninsula on fire again.
And participate with them when you thought everybody was good with you, but now you ran your mouth too much that you don't want to be held accountable for your actions. And that's what this is. So Ethan is going up to the table telling Mariah, don't talk to Veronica, don't try to make it with her, she's only using you.
Mariah.
Yeah.
Just so you know, you're not rekindling anything with Veronica. You do understand that, right?
I just wanted everybody to.
It's fine to talk to her, but she is just using you. Veronica's attempting to recruit allies for whatever her cause is.
And again, look, I am not Team Ethan and I am not Team Veronica. I do not like that girl. However, him talking about she trying to get allies for what? The war on the Plaths? If anybody is leading the war on the Plaths, it is I.
Tell Sassy, I wanted to know it was me.
So I don't think she's even getting allies, because even that conversation with Mariah, she folds anytime someone confronts her if she doesn't have the opportunity to run, which is what she's been doing most of the time. So now Mariah's just sitting here looking lost like, look, I'm just trying to enjoy my little meal. Amber's next to her trying to get the tea like, what's going on? But Ethan, you just love having an enemy with a girl. You just love having something negative to say about a female. And so that's where I feel like all of that rage is coming from, because you and her both love to talk, but not to each other's faces, which is why I still believe that you two are perfect for each other and secretly like each other. Both of y'all are toxic. Both of y'all in y'all's head think y'all are alphas. I would not be surprised if I get these articles, the articles that Veronica talking about she saw Tegan's OnlyFans.
There's a bunch of articles.
Okay, but show me all the articles.
I wouldn't be surprised if I see these articles come out that they are dating, because it's just thirsty, desperate behavior, and that is what the Plaths and Veronica is. Y'all might as well just call her Veronica Plath. So Amber gets up and does her speech to old lady Lydia, aka her mama, because Lydia said, you know, I had to raise her and the other little girls, so I was so proud to see my little sister say these things about me. And then Barry gives a speech to old lady Lydia and Zach, and again, not saying Barry is an angel, but he's the only supportive parent, because I'm wondering, where is Kim's speech? Kim don't got nothing to say to her daughter that she's giving away, but she got so much to say about her and about her now husband, but she won't grab the mic and say any well wishes. Now Barry is over here trying to give some scriptures, being long-winded. Also, he's reading a little script that I'm sure old lady Lydia probably wrote for him.
Love for God and one another be the bond that always remains true.
And him with this scripture,
1 Corinthians 13.
even old lady Lydia is like, look now, I know this scripture by heart. I wrote that scripture myself. Let's just get it moving. We can deal with this later, because I want to go lay up with my man, period. So while they're doing all of this, Veronica has Micah inside eating pizza because she is scared. At the end of the day, that's all it is.
Really? Yeah, they do. They really do.
And it warrants the question that I asked so many times, why are you here and now pulling the brother of the bride into this house to be miserable with you, although he is already miserable, but to be miserable with you sitting here away from everyone eating pizza, knowing that people are going to ask, where's Micah? Where's Veronica? So she just loves to do things for attention. That's just all it is, attention and thirst. She tries to put that label on Tegan and Miss Pookie, all the other little fangirls, which in some cases can be true, but you are the biggest fan of them all. Even when they do their little send-off, Isaac and Pookie is in the same room and they're talking and paying Veronica dust, period.
I don't even want to look or talk to Veronica. It's to the point where Mike is going to have to, choose to either be with her or be with his family.
But then they're like, hey, we're about to go out and do the little send-off, and Veronica's just talking about some no.
Come on, guys, come on. Come on, I think it's when we say bye.
And she keeps saying no. She keeps excluding herself.
Come on.
I left to go back to my hotel 3 towns over because they were gonna participate in what I call hillbilly activities.
And then once everybody is like lit and had your sparkler up, then we'll send them down, okay?
You are making yourself look absolutely horrible. The Plaths don't even have to say anything or do anything. You are doing this all on yourself because, again, why are you here? If they want to do whatever they want to do, why are you here? So she gets up and go on to her little hotel, and then Micah joins the rest, and then they send Lydia off. And Ethan is the one that's driving his little raggedy car that he's been working on to take them to, I guess, their little hotel before they go on the honeymoon. Which I'm like, girl, you better be careful in the car with Ethan because you know his little temper. So now we cut to after the wedding, and then producers ask Veronica what happened, and she gives her take on what she was told. Pretty much she went back to the hotel, texted Micah, are you coming? Should I leave the door unlocked? No response, and then his location was at the hospital.
Veronica, what happened last night?
Oh my God, that's a hospital. Micah said, I've never seen so much blood. That's a lot coming from Micah. I need to get to the farm.
Even as she's explaining this, it's like, girl, you are a horrible actress, and I understand you're in real estate and allegedly not trying to be an actress, unlike your boyfriend.
I promise this will be painless. I'd hate to hear your painful questions.
But you are a horrible actress because if that is supposed to be your boyfriend and you care so much about him and love him and all this, that, and the other, there was zero emotion in your tone, in your eyes, in your voice. Like, it's just like you did not care. If someone who I cared about and loved, allegedly that you do with Micah, was in the hospital and you know all this stuff about him never seeing so much blood and all this, that, and the other, you would think the recount of that would make you emotional. But it wasn't. You're only here to tell us the drama. You are not here for the right reasons. I feel like I just really don't like her, period, but also because I just hate fake TV. The Plaths are just really horrible people. Veronica is a horrible person, but she is just a fake person.
And you are not a real person. I'm a real person. No.
And that's what irks me the most because your lies don't even add up. You can't even pretend that you care that that happened to that boy. So she goes on and is talking about, well, Micah's saying he got beat up because of me. And she's over here clueless like, well, how did that happen? Why am I dragged into it?
Isaac attacked me over you. I'm very confused as to how I caused the fight that put Micah, my boyfriend, in the hospital when I was asleep 3 towns over peacefully. Like, I caused no ruckus that day.
Girl, because you ran your mouth. You running your mouth so recklessly. It's crazy that at no point did you think maybe it's because of what I said.
I think Tegan's just a calculated, like, in the nicest words possible, slut.
She thought Kaylin was Tegan, so she was like, what are you doing up there with that slut?
You don't like him, period. And you also really don't like his family. And you have so much nasty things to say about his family and any person that's attached to them, as anyone should. However, you are still coming around. You are still associating yourself. So that's why it does not add up. You talking about, oh, my boyfriend.
Micah, my boyfriend.
Even you saying that does not even sound right coming out of your mouth. And especially knowing who you talking about. And right off the bat, he's over here laid out with a broken nose, and you talking about the bed that he's in, saying, oh, well, he wasn't even in a full bed. He's over in a little.
Let me see. You're fine? Hi.
They don't even give Micah a bedroom. They give him a cot by the, stairs, which I found classless and tasteless.
Do you need anything?
Girl, like, what? I really, really, really hate this video because I hate when anything I have to say seems pro-Plath. But why is that your concern? Why is that what you talking about? And then you talking about he looked pitiful.
His whole bridge of his nose is swollen. He's got bruising under his eyes. And he looks pitiful. He looks like a cat that got stung by a bee.
Girl, he looked pitiful before I said bop bop.
So I got a couple stitches last night.
You saying this is not helping the case for your boyfriend who you love so much, and oh, I'm here, and oh, like, just stop. So then Micah gets up from his unbeauty nap. Let me stop. And he explains pretty much what happened and how he thought it was going to be a little play fight.
Clearly something happened last night, as my face kind of explains. I started talking back to him last night. I told him he needs to respect my girlfriend. I thought it was gonna be a play fight, lay him on his back, and he didn't take too kindly to that. It was a chance, an opening for him to get his anger out.
Sir, there is no way you thought that was just going to be a little play fight, especially if you telling Isaac Veronica called your girlfriend a slut. No. So he's trying to play it down like, oh, I thought you just can't fight. That's what it was. You thought you were going to be out here defending the girl that was casted for the role as your girlfriend, and you just can't fight. So you just got bop, bop, bop.
So I got a couple stitches last night.
And it's okay. It's okay to say that. So he's over here in the bathroom. Even with a broken nose, he cannot stay out of a mirror. And now he's showing out the selfies that he took in the hospital.
You see what it looked like last night?
They won't use it if it touches anything.
Just split wide open.
Somebody else's toothpaste.
Oh my God.
Micah Plath, Lord have mercy. And it's all because of Veronica. Now here comes Isaac, the one that laid those hands, and he gives his side of saying, look, legally Micah hit me first. So he's like, if ever crazy Veronica gets in his head, because we know anybody can convince Micah to do anything. So he's like, if Veronica can get back in his head and convince him to press charges, I want to go ahead and say that he hit me first. So it was just self-defense, and I was hurt too.
Me and Micah had a fight. He hit me first. I guess he kind of started it. Micah just got in his truck and left after I hit him. I didn't really know the extent of what I'd done to Micah, but I mean, my lips were busted, so I didn't really care in the moment. We both hit each other, you know, in the face, so it was kind of fair. I guess the elbow's just a little bit harder than the fist. That's why I didn't need any stitches or anything.
He said, my lips was busted too, but I guess, you know, little elbow was a little harder than the little fist that, let me stop making light of it. However, Veronica is over here talking about Isaac is just a disgusting human being.
That's a disgusting human being. How could somebody do something like that? How's the hospital bill gonna be nominized? Are the boys splitting it 50-50?
In no way was this right or justified, but in no way can you just ignore the fact that you are the cause of this. You are the root of this. You over here running your mouth and sitting over here thinking this conversation is just about to be about the boys fighting and putting the blame on Isaac. No, girl, this conversation is about you. And that's why this conversation was so overly produced, because in no world would you see all them sitting together on the sofa, even mine is Veronica. In no world. But all of them talked so much and they got so much anger, but none of them, including Veronica, can never say anything to anyone's face. That's why this had to be overly produced. They had to feed Kim the lines since, you know, she was the quote unquote parent here. And old lady Lydia was in her honeymoon, because we all know she's a real parent. And Barry was like, look, I ain't have no part of this. Y'all want to square up? Y'all do that. I'm asleep. So that's why this whole thing was so produced, because if you left it up to them, this conversation or this intervention or whatever you want to call it would not have happened. They would have just did what they tried to do already in that morning, which is walk around each other and pretend nothing ever happened. All the little stuff Veronica had to say about Isaac, she said in her confessional. All the stuff Ethan had to say about Veronica, he said in his confessional, and then just walked right past her. So it's just like, all of y'all are so scared. That's another reason why this season is awful. I mean, it's the Plaths, so it's awful, period. But y'all just say whatever you want to say and do whatever, and all big and mighty, but not to anyone's face, so nothing gets resolved, which is why there was so much pent up aggression, and which led to the bop bop.
So I got a couple stitches last night.
But also so much pent up aggression that when you sat down and finally talked, you know, everybody had it. So we do get an apology from Isaac. He apologizes to Micah, and he says that, you know, I feel like it hurt me more than it hurt.
I just want to start off by apologizing to you, Micah, because that really just probably hurts me worse than it does you at this point now. And I just don't want that to put a scar on how you see me as your brother.
He could have killed you.
No, I couldn't though.
Yes,
I
you
don't
can.
think so.
If you could split skin, if you hit them in the temple, they could die.
Isaac, there's no way you saying that hurt when he's sitting over here with a little broken nose. But the apology was nice and he could take accountability for his part. But we still got Veronica, the big elephant in the room, sitting over here playing Clueless. She's laughing and taking photos on Lydia's little disposable camera of the bloody t-shirt, talking about like, oh, like this.
It's from Lydia's wedding, so she's gonna get these pictures developed and just see a bloody shirt. CSI, crime scene updated.
You clearly have lost your mind, and I don't even want to blame the Plaths 100% for that, because you gotta already be crazy if you involve yourself with a Plath, and Micah Plath of all people at that. So now that they're sitting around talking, Isaac says his apology, and then Veronica, again in her confessional and not to anyone's face, is sitting here talking about accountability.
I look around the room, no one's gonna speak first or take accountability for it.
What accountability have you taken? You have taken zero accountability. And it's so far that you are making them look great, because why is Kim sitting here making sense? We get a little more detail about what happened. So apparently Micah body slammed Isaac, which I'm like, okay, period, Micah. You got a little bit of strength.
When Micah body slammed Isaac, that started the physical fight. Everything that was emotional that fueled the fight from that point on for the next hour was you.
I can't believe they're blaming me, but it is so up their alley. Like, I just didn't think this far of a stretch could happen. But it did. They have to deflect. This family is big into deflecting.
But that wasn't good enough because we see what happened after.
So I got a couple stitches last night.
So they were fighting for about an hour. I'm assuming it all just wasn't physical. I mean, the way his nose looked, it probably was. But they were going back and forth for about an hour. And then Veronica, again, in her confession, is just talking about, oh, you know, they're just trying to blame me and deflecting. This family loves deflecting. So do you. You fit right in because that's all you do. You are right about them, but also that goes for you too. So then they bring up like, hey, you call Miss Pookie, whatever her name is, a slut, and you thought that was Tegan, but like, do you think it's okay to call either one of them a slut? And she doubles down and says yes.
You thought Isaac was walking with Tegan. Even if Isaac was walking with Tegan, there's nothing wrong with that.
Not Isaac. I don't care what Isaac does. I care what Micah does.
Or you think it's okay for you to call Tegan a slut? Okay, how is that okay?
And then she goes on to say, well, I don't trust you because you didn't tell us that you had a kid.
I've been nothing but kind to you. All I'm asking for some kindness back.
I just don't trust you. Like, you didn't tell us you had a kid.
I damn don't trust you.
I don't trust you either.
First of all, why should she tell you that she has a child? You don't want anything to do with this family. You don't want anything to do with Ethan. You don't want anything to do with her. So why should that be the first thing that comes out of your mouth? And even if that is a little scandal or fight between Ethan and her, what does that have to do with you? And why are you stepping into it, especially if you don't like Ethan? So why should you take that on and be mad at her? If anything, you should just call her a non-factor. But yet you have to go beyond and call her a slut, talking about her OnlyFans. And then they're like, you know, well, show us the OnlyFans. You're like, well, you know, if I have my phone, I can.
That you said that Tegan was on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Am I on OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Show her. Show us right now.
I'll go show you when I get my phone.
And you apparently lied about not having your phone, because when you pulled out your phone, you handed it to her saying, well, log it to your OnlyFans account.
You have your phone, show us OnlyFans. You said you needed your phone, you have your phone, show me my OnlyFans.
Okay,
thank you.
I told you, and you told your brother. I didn't start a rumor. I told my significant other.
So we're still waiting on that.
Here, start looking.
No, you're the one who knows. Where is it? Where is it?
There's a bunch of articles.
Okay, but show me OnlyFans.
What? Now it goes to, oh, I saw articles about it, and if I said something, I'm talking to my boyfriend. Here you go doing what you accused them of doing earlier, which is deflecting, because now you're saying, well, Micah should not have told them what I said, and blah. A, you wanted that out there, but then B, what a way to deflect. What a way to deflect. So now you're saying this girl that you see, even if it's not Tegan, it's someone that looks like her, but you don't feel bad because because you justify it by saying there are people online that say things about you. Make me one of those people. But it all goes back to what happened to your sob story and your statement about bullying last season and at the beginning of this season.
I published a statement saying bullying is far too normalized now. Like, it's sickening.
What happened to that? Because that's fully what you're doing. So you are a big hypocrite. You are one of the biggest hypocrites over the Plaths, which is insane to say, but everything is fine when you do it. But let someone say something about you, then that's when you want to put out a statement. That's when you want to say bullying and all things are wrong. So if anything, never mind, I'm going to keep that to myself. Anyway, me being smart is just like what Mariah has been doing this whole season so far. Walking in and walking out.
Then you were accusing.
I walk in and I realize what's going on. There's a heated discussion. The little bit of my brain that I have said, don't be here right now. Let's go.
Saying, look, I ain't about to be part of this. I see y'all talking, So then Kim is like, well, I heard you said some stuff about me too.
Veronica, I have a question. I have had several people tell me that you said bad things about me.
Yes, you
And I
yes,
have
you
never
have.
done anything bad towards you, about you, whatever. And like, I've been nothing but nice to
Yes,
you.
absolutely
So
true.
please tell me, what did you say about me?
What time?
Go ahead and list all of them.
That you've used me?
How?
Like, you just, like, shoo people away.
Which girl, everybody's got something to say about you, but even still, Veronica is scared. Veronica is not that girl that she thinks she is, because the things that she's saying, trying to be all tough, saying, oh, well, you know, what time, what, blah, blah. You're saying Kim used me. Girl, that's not even a valid reason. Again, you are making Kim look good, which is crazy to say. You had all this to say online talking about, oh, well, she wanted me to put Micah's name on this lease and XYZ. Why you didn't say that? That would have been better other than, oh, well, you know, you just call me whenever you want something, blah, blah, blah. Because even Kim was like, Amber, bring me my phone so I can pull out the receipts.
Amber, can you grab my phone?
I've got the receipts on that one.
September 19th. Sorry, I can't talk right now. This is Veronica telling me. Wednesday, September 25th. Veronica says on the other line, can I call you back? These are all times I'm reaching out to her. October 21st. Sorry, I can't talk right now. You can't accuse me of not reaching out to you, because those are all times that I reached out to you.
How you got them one up in you? How you got them making you look crazy? And it's not even a numbers game. It is a you are crazy game. And then of course, Veronica got to throw Olivia in it to try to get them riled up again.
Your ex-wife had the same issue.
And now she's taking sides with Olivia.
And that's when Isa was like, oh, well, is this who you want to date? Someone that's like Olivia? Which, I mean, she is far from Olivia. And if it was someone like Olivia, the answer should be yes. However, Veronica, Olivia needs to send you a cease and desist. Like, keep my name out of your mouth. Your little boyfriend snitches on you and tells Kim that, oh, well, you also called her a snake.
A snake.
There's certain actions that in the past have been snake-like, yes.
And Kim pulls out more receipts about how you told her about the wedding and saying you didn't want to sit next to bad Ethan and all this horrible stuff about Tegan.
I wanted to know if you had a place to stay for the wedding. So
Yes.
I reached out and offered you a place.
No, we talked about that, yes.
And then when you said that you didn't want to be here because you didn't
uncomfortable,
want to be near awful Ethan and horrible Tegan, then I offered to rearrange any of the tables for the reception.
And even then, Kim allegedly, because I don't believe anybody in that room, but Kim allegedly, even after you dogged her devil Satan person of a son, Ethan, and his little fangirl, she said she could rearrange the tables for you. So even then, you still look crazy to where I never thought I would say in my life, but Kim ate you up, calling you
Somebody that's nice to your face and calls you a snake behind your back, I'd say is a two-faced bitch.
So y'all going back and forth while Micah's just sitting here with a broken nose. Lord have mercy. Micah... That's the only little sympathy I get for Micah, because they are just going back and forth. He's just sitting here looking lost, probably thinking about all my little acting roles I had in my head lined up. They are gone. They are gone. So he kind of goes off on her and stands up for himself, which, period.
But I do feel sorry that I haven't stood up more and told you to shut up about my family sometimes, because it's not your business.
It's not my business.
Especially if
Yes, it's
if
absolutely
you're
not your
talking
business.
You literally go online to try to find.
I don't go and try and find
And good for him for speaking up to her and finally finding his voice to where it's just like, okay, Micah, maybe you can both some. Well, being that your nose is messed up, you probably can't. So bad timing for you to finally speak up and learn these lines, because now that you have that confidence, your nose is a little crooked, so I don't think you can book anything. So sorry. However, Mr. Isaac is like, I am tired of people coming into this family and
I am just sick and tired of people coming into my family and thinking that they run everything and just trying to destroy it all. We had Olivia for how many years? I thought that we were gonna be done. I thought it was over. But as soon as she's out, somebody like her comes in, and I'm sick of it.
And Kim done took notes, and she knew it. She didn't teach her kids that, but she brings up the common denominator.
Can you not see that you're at the root of all of that?
I mean, it could be that, or it could be the family dynamics.
Everyone else in the family gets along. You're the common denominator.
But again, she is right in this case, which makes me wanna, Veronica, I'm not gonna put my hands on a woman, but I'll get Alex from Love of the Luck if she can come in. Bop, bop. Because you got me over here siding with the devil. You got me over here siding with Kim, because she's saying the common denominator, and she's right. In this case, of all these fights and stuff like that, the common denominator, even in hell, is you. So you are just a clown. You are a clown, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. That's this episode. I need a table for two. And Kim, you talking about spiking on it. Where's that drink at now? Because after watching this episode and dealing with y'all, Kim girl, I need a drink. You just ain't gonna drop.